Welcome to our US Briefing Show, folks. Today, we're diving into some intense international and corporate stories. First up, North Korea is using powerful propaganda to turn their soldiers' deaths in Ukraine into heroic sacrifices, emphasizing loyalty and unity while hiding the grim reality of ongoing losses. It's all about reinforcing regime strength and deterring desertion, with images of Kim Jong Un mourning fallen soldiers playing a key role. Next, in the corporate world, Novo Nordisk, the maker of Wegovy and Ozempic, is planning to lay off over 9,000 employees, more than 11% of its workforce, due to stiff competition from Eli Lilly. The company aims to save around $1.25 billion annually by 2026, reinvesting that into research and growth in diabetes and obesity treatments. Investors will be watching closely to see how well they turn these savings into future success. Finally, Amazon's Zoox is making waves in transportation by launching its robotaxi service in Las Vegas. Offering free rides initially, this innovative driverless service aims to compete with Waymo and plans to expand to other cities soon. With plans to produce thousands of vehicles, Zoox is definitely a company to keep an eye on in the autonomous vehicle scene. Please continue to stay tuned for more detailed stories. Deutsche Welle vividly illustrates North Korea's relentless use of propaganda to manipulate both domestic and international perceptions of its soldiers' sacrifices in Ukraine. The regime, with a masterful command of media, broadcasts heroic stories of young soldiers, like Yoon Jong-hyuk and Woo Wai-hyuk, choosing death over capture, framing their suicides as heroic sacrifices that symbolize unwavering loyalty to the homeland. These images of Kim Jong Un mourning and embracing grieving families serve to reinforce a narrative of unbreakable unity and devotion, transforming tragic losses into symbols of martyrdom that bolster the regime's ideological grip. The regime's portrayal extends beyond internal messaging, aimed at strengthening ties with Russia by emphasizing North Korea's fearless support, while dismissing external skepticism about the true nature of these sacrifices as mere horror from outsiders' perspectives. CNN reports the tragic death of Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee who sought safety in Charlotte but was brutally stabbed on a light rail train, a crime that has ignited fierce political debate across the United States. Zarutska's story is a poignant reminder of her bright potential, an artist with dreams of working with animals and a vibrant spirit that shone through her support for her community. Her family mourns her loss, emphasizing her kindness and resilience amidst the horrors she endured back in Ukraine. The incident has become a flashpoint for partisan blame, with Democrats pointing to systemic failures in mental health and public safety, while Republicans criticize the criminal justice system's leniency, calling for stricter law enforcement and federal intervention. The controversy highlights the deep divisions over how society handles mental health and crime, with political figures from both sides using Zarutska's death to advance their narratives of safety and accountability. The story of DeCarlos Brown, the suspect in Zarutska's murder, underscores the complex interplay of mental health, criminal justice, and political rhetoric. Brown, diagnosed with schizophrenia and burdened by a criminal record, had a history of aggressive behavior and failed mental health treatment, raising questions about the adequacy of his supervision and the justice system's role in preventing such tragedies. His sister describes his delusions of government implants and hallucinations, which may have contributed to his violent actions, yet critics argue that his release from detention was a critical failure that allowed him to re-offend. Politicians and officials are sharply divided. Charlotte's mayor blames the legal system and calls for better mental health care, while opponents decry leniency and demand harsher enforcement, with some even threatening to cut federal funding. Zarutska's death has become a symbol of broader societal issues, mental health neglect, systemic failures, and political polarization, each side weaponizing her story to push their vision of safety and justice. According to Nikkei Asia, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth conveyed a message of peace and clarity to his Chinese counterpart, Dong Jun, emphasizing that the United States does not seek conflict or regime change in China. The phone call was described as candid and constructive, with Hegseth affirming America's commitment to protecting its vital interests in the Asia-Pacific region, a strategic area of importance. While the U.S. aims to maintain a firm stance, it also seeks to foster additional dialogue, signaling a desire for diplomacy amidst ongoing tensions. The South China Morning Post reports on Israel's relentless pursuit of Hamas leaders, despite international criticism and regional diplomatic tensions following a controversial airstrike in Doha. Israeli officials, including Ambassador Yehiel Leiter, expressed confidence that their targeted operations would eventually succeed, even if they face setbacks or criticism from Qatar and other Arab nations. The strike, which killed 5 Hamas members including the son of a top leader, has heightened regional diplomatic activity, with Gulf states like the UAE, Jordan, and Saudi Arabia making unplanned visits to Qatar to show regional solidarity. Meanwhile, the European Union is contemplating sanctions against Israeli officials, reflecting growing concern over Israel's military conduct and its impact on prospects for a ceasefire in Gaza. In Los Angeles, Jimmy Kimmel's candid remarks at the Creative Arts Emmy Awards reveal his complex relationship with politics and media. While he dismisses the idea of defending democracy, he openly criticizes President Trump and passionately supports fellow host Stephen Colbert, especially after Colbert's show was canceled following political commentary. Kimmel's humor and outspoken stance have earned him multiple Emmy nominations and awards, though not for his late-night show. He reminisces about past projects like Live in Front of a Studio Audience and reflects on his uncertain future, emphasizing that each day is a new adventure. His candidness and humor underscore his role as a prominent voice in American entertainment, balancing satire, loyalty, and the ongoing evolution of his career. According to South China Morning Post, American corporations operating in China are experiencing unprecedented levels of pessimism, driven by escalating geopolitical tensions, fierce domestic competition, and persistent economic slowdown. A prominent business chamber's findings reveal that U.S. firms anticipate a bleak outlook for the next 5 years, with many expressing doubts about their prospects of success amidst these mounting challenges. Meanwhile, China has made significant strides in technological innovation, unveiling of Brain-like large language model that operates with remarkable speed and efficiency using Chinese chips, performing tasks 100 times faster than conventional AI systems and eliminating the need for NVIDIA hardware. In addition, China's aerospace industry is making international headlines as COMAC secures one of its largest overseas orders for C909 jets, signaling the country's growing influence in the global aviation market. The Chinese government is also actively promoting ethnic integration through legislative measures aimed at standardizing language use among minority groups, reflecting its broader efforts to foster national cohesion. In a notable development in the tech and transportation sectors, Amazon Zoox has launched its robotaxi service in Las Vegas, offering free rides as a strategic move to build consumer trust and expand its presence in autonomous mobility. The service, initially limited to employees and close contacts, now welcomes the public via the Zoox app, with rides covering up to 3 miles and costing comparable to traditional taxis once monetized. Backed by Amazon's substantial financial resources, Zoox aims to produce up to 10,000 robotaxis annually and plans to expand to other markets like Austin and Miami after its San Francisco debut. This launch positions Zoox as a serious contender against industry leaders like Waymo, which already operates driverless services in several major U.S. cities. Zoox's manufacturing in California and its ambitious expansion plans underscore its determination to revolutionize urban transportation with innovative autonomous vehicles, marking a significant milestone in the race toward widespread adoption of driverless technology. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.